Hi everyone! In this video, I will be showing you how to make this pony version of Aria Blaze. She is one of the dazzlings from the My Little Pony Equestria Girls Rainbow Rocks movie. To make her forelock, cut out a rectangular piece of clay and press it onto her head. Lightly mark the center point. Now trim it into a V shape. Cut out another rectangular piece of clay, press it onto the back of her head, trim off any excess clay, smooth out the rough edges until it becomes seamless. Now trim the end to the desired shape. Smooth out any rough or uneven edges. For her bangs, cut out these shapes, then attach them to her forelock. This is the left ponytail of Aria's mane. Let's make the right side. Start with a long sheet of clay. Fold the top part to make it thicker than the rest. Smooth out the rough edge until it becomes seamless. Now trim the sides. This is the part that will attach to the mane. Smooth out the rough and uneven edges. Make sure that both ponytails are the same length and trim off any excess. Now cut out pieces of clay to create the gaps. Let's move on to her tail. Cut out a thick rectangular sheet of clay. Mine is about 1/4 inch thick. Trim off pieces of clay to create the shape of her tail. Taper the end of her tail by rolling it with a similar tool. Decide how long you want her tail to be and trim off any excess clay. Smooth out the uneven edges. This is what it looks like so far. I'm going to create a gap by cutting off a piece of clay. The last thing to sculpt is her necklace. All you need to do is roll out a long thin log of clay and attach it around her neck. Then attach a tiny piece of clay in the front for the bail. Now she's ready to be painted. I'm going to start with her tail. Aria's mane and tail is not 100% pure purple. It has a red undertone. So to make this color, I mixed a small amount of bright magenta with purple iris. I'm not sure why this mixture looks so blue in this video, but it's actually the exact purple color of Aria's mane and tail. This is after 3 layers of purple paint. Now I'm going to paint on the streaks with this green color. I created this color by mixing spring green with Key West. This is after 3 layers. Before I paint her coats, I'm going to glue on her tail. This way the tail is glued to the pony and not the paint. Aria's coat is light pink with a purple undertone. To get this color, I mixed white paint with pink parfait to lighten the pink. Then I mixed a very small amount of petunia purple. I'm using a gold color for the bail. For the cord, I'm using black. This is after 3 layers of each color. Moving on to the eyes. Start by lightly sketching on the shape of her eye with a pencil, then paint on her eyelashes, and paint this area white. Now I'm going to finish the rest of her eye. Do the same for the other side. I've painted on her cutie mark. For her mane, I'm using the same purple color that I used for her tail. This is after 3 layers of purple. Her ponytails have been glued onto her head using super glue. This is the star that goes on top of Aria's mane. To make these, cut out star-shaped pieces of clay and then paint on the gray lines. I've used red clay to make her gem pendant. I'm brushing on a thin layer of gloss sealant to give the gem a shiny appearance. This custom Aria Blaze is now finished. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Follow me on Instagram if you want to know what pony I'll be working on next. And if you want to watch my other pony tutorials, then click on the images that are on the screen or visit my channel. Thanks for watching!